ghost reading vlog Megan here real quick to let you know that I decided to not do a test video prior to filming this. And I say that because I attempted to use my AirPods as a microphone to assist with audio. And just because I know that sometimes you guys can hear me okay, sometimes I wish you could hear me better. And so I attempted to use my AirPod for mic, and I just went and rewatched the clip, and it's a little rough. But I also did the entirety. Like I said, there was no pre-tape just to make sure it worked. And I did the entirety in one take. And so I'm giving you guys a heads up now. I apologize for the audio, but I hope you guys still enjoy all the same. And I will figure out how I want to go about making sure you can hear me when I record. So while I figure that out, please enjoy the TBR. And I do apologize for the audio. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be selecting my December TBR. And we will be doing that using my lovely TBR jar, as always. I love doing that. I find this such a fun way to pick my books for the coming month. Now, there are two books that are automatically going to be on my TBR. The first one is Madly Deeply, The Diaries of Alan Rickman. I started this was on my November TBR, but because of the fact that it is a memoir, it's set up as um, diary entries. They're all little tiny excerpts, if you can tell. You can see that. And I've been reading these in small little bits and pieces. And so I just feel like I'm gonna keep this on the TBR. And so I'm gonna continue to read this in bits and pieces, and eventually I will finish it, just because of the fact that this isn't set up like other books. So I have that. Oh, and if you don't know, if you have not been on my channel before and have not seen this come up at all, Madly Deeply, the Diaries of Alan Rickman, he did a set of diaries. He did some like early years, like kind of hit or miss. But then from 1993 until 2015, he kept journals regularly. And so that's what this is. It's, like I said, it's all those little diary entries, journal entries. And what's really cool about it is that we've got some pictures of his original pages here that also include some artwork. And I'll show you some more of it because I found some of it the other day. So this is the back and the front end pages showing his writing for each day, because each page is one day. Because they all have month and days up in the top corner of the pages, or at least in Alan's version of it. The book itself, if we look, it's set up just one right after the other. But what I also think, it's got a cool excerpt right here in the center. I can get to it, where it shows more of his artwork that he did with the writing. Like, these are just absolutely gorgeous. Like, look at these. It's incredible. And there are some other like pictures from his work. Obviously, it's a memoir. He was an actor. Um, he did, if you are not familiar with Alan Rickman, I personally know Alan Rickman from as Professor Snape in the Harry Potter series. He was also in Die Hard, as well as plenty of other stuff. He did Robin Hood, um, Truly Madly Deeply. It's probably, I wonder if that's where the title came from. Madly Deeply came from the movie title Truly Madly Deeply. I wonder if that was the case. Actually, I just noticed that. He also was on stage as well. He was a stage actor as well as a movie actor. And so I'm slowly getting my way through this. And so I felt only right just to keep it moving forward. And then the other book is going to be
Last Christmas by Maria Franklin. It is a Christmas psychological thriller, and pretty much on the front it says, "My husband is dead, and someone I love is guilty." Now, I did read the synopsis on the back, and it didn't give much. It's just pretty much everybody in the family is acting sketchy, and she's trying to figure out what happened to her husband. This is automatically going on my TBR because it is my book club pick. Well, I say my book club pick is the book club I am a part of. It is the book club's pick for December. So I'm super excited to pick this one up. I'm probably going to wait until December to pick it up because today is November 23rd, I believe. And so I'm going to wait till we actually hit December. Of course, like, oh, who am I kidding? Like, all of this will probably wait till December to pick up. But because I'm like right at the tail end of my November TBR. And in all honesty, I didn't want to read my last book on my TBR. So I'm kind of going by the edge of my seat here. I started another random book from my Kindle to tide me over until December. So this is a book club pick, and so it is automatically going on the list. All right. So we are going to pick a total of 6 prompts, and I'm super excited. I have my trusty dusty Goodreads here on my iPad, as most of my books are Kindle books, and I actually counted today. I've this bookshelf over on my side here has a top shelf, and let's see if I can show it to you guys. Top shelf, bottom shelf, as well as I have this bookshelf right behind me are all of my books. And of the books that I have physically, I have 18 unread in that stack, as well as 2 audiobooks, and the rest are Kindle books. So I have a total of 49 books on my TBR, according to Goodreads. So we are going to be picking 6 prompts. Of course, I shake it and like it does anything. It doesn't do anything. We've known this for months now, yet I still want to shake it anyway. Anyway, here we go. Prompt number 1. Let's see. A book with an ugly cover. Oh my goodness. Of course, I automatically look at my bookshelves first. All right, I found one physical book. Let me go through and see if there's anything else that I would consider an ugly cover in my Goodreads. All right. We're gonna go with the physical book I have. And just like I said, it's the ugliest of the ones that I own. And in all honesty, it took me a little while to figure out the cover when I initially bought the book, which is the other reason why I consider it ugly because it took me a while to notice what it was. And that is Normal People by Sally Rooney. And if you are not familiar, well, first off, the reason I consider it ugly is because I didn't notice that the white lines created our characters of the story. We've got our male down here and our female up here. It took me literally a few days after I brought it home to notice, I think. It took me a little while to figure that out. I thought it was just like abstract lines. And I figured that it was separated by color because of the fact that we're talking about people. I figured it had something to do with their characters, but I never picked up on what the. I'll hold it still so that hopefully you can see it. Now that I see it, I find that it's really cool, but it took me a while to notice that we had our girl up here and our boy down here. Uh, so the and I'm hoping honestly I see um back and forth on some people who like Sally Rooney's writing, some people who don't. And so I'm curious to find where I stand on that. And so, Normal People, the synopsis reads, Connell and Mariana grew up in the same small town, but in similarities end there. At school, Connell is popular and well liked, while Mariana is a loner. But when the two strike up a conversation, awkward but electrifying, something life-changing begins. Normal People is the story of mutual fascination, friendship, and love. It takes us from that first conversation to the years beyond, in the company of two people who try to stay apart but find that they can't. That sounds very interesting, and I'm trying to expand more into literary fiction. But what I've been noticing over time is that there's a reason why I read fantasy and romance. I've noticed. Uh, so I put down a literary fiction earlier today, and I'm just like, I don't know if it's totally my jam, but we will see. I feel like it's kind of hit or miss, and but most of my literary fiction picks have been misses, but I don't know if that's the book or I'm just not that into literary fiction. That's what I'm trying to figure out. But number one. All right. Number two. Read read a book that is not high on your radar. I have a lot of books that are not high on my radar, in all honesty. All of those books are um Kindle books. Go figure. All right. Let's take a look see. Okay. So I have a few that are not high on my radar, which are a few that I kind of put on my Kindle in the early days of having my Kindle. And so one of which is The Sun and the Void by Gabriela Romero Lacruz. And the synopsis on this one reads, in a lush world inspired by the history and folklore of South America, a sweeping epic fantasy of colonialism, ancient magic, and two young women's quest for belonging unfolds. Reina is desperate, stuck living in the edges of society. Her only salvation lies in an invitation from the grandmother she's never known. But the journey is dangerous, and prayer can't always avert disaster. Attacked by creatures that stalk the region, Reina is on the verge of death until her grandmother, a dark sorceress, intervenes. Now dependent on the Donya's magic for her life, Reina will do anything to earn and keep her favor, even the bidding of an ancient god who whispers to her at night. Eva Kasser is unwanted. Illegitimate and of mixed heritage, Eva is her family's shame. She tries her best to be perfect and hide her oddities, but Eva is hiding a secret. Magic calls to her. Eva knows she should fight the temptation. Magic is the sign of a dark god, using it as punishable by death. Yet it's hard to deny power when it has always been denied to you. Eva is walking a dangerous path, one that gets stranger every day, and in the end, she'll become something she never imagined. So that I find that pretty interesting. And of course, me being a fantasy lover. All right, number three. Number three. Oh, I've got two here. I'm gonna take the yellow one. Okay, I had this one last month, so I'm gonna pick a new one. Because the one that I pulled is a book that ends in an even number of pages, but I just did that last month. So I'm gonna pick a new one. That one's not as fun. We're gonna take the green one that I had pulled out with it. Mm. I had this one last week, but I'm gonna do it. I had this one last month, but this one's more fun. Read a library book. Let's do a Libby Hunt, shall we? I don't know where I'm putting everything. Ooh, yes. Mm. I want to read this. So I saw this book um, a little while ago, and it made me very interested in it. I will be renting Hera by Jennifer Saint. It is this Jennifer Saint has written another book very similar. Um, but I I enjoy some Greek mythology. I do enjoy some Greek mythology. Like my favorite has been that I've read are Hades and Persephone retellings. And so I've wanted to expand past Hades and Persephone's, and so I think I will try Hera out. So, um, the synopsis for Hera reads, even the gods must have their queen. When the immortal goddess Hera and her brother Zeus overthrow their tyrannical father, she dreams of ruling at his side. But as they establish their reign on Mount Olympus, Hera begins to see that Zeus is just as ruthless and cruel as the father they betrayed. While Zeus ascends, Hera is relegated to the role of wife and mother, a role she never wanted. She was always born to rule, must lose but must she lose herself in perpetuating the cycle of violence and cruelty, or can she find a way to forge a better world? In this enthralling retelling, Greek mythology's most famous and maligned goddess finally tells her own story as power, passion, and divine strength collide at the heart of Olympus. That sounds absolutely incredible. I'm so excited. Alrighty. Number three. I keep getting this one, and I love it because it works. Reread an old favorite. I have slowly but surely been getting through my rereads of the Harry Potter series, and so I will gladly continue and read Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I absolutely love the editions that I have. I had the original paperback copies, but they've been read and loved so much that they finally, like, I was afraid to open them anymore because of how run down they were. So my friend, I made a bet with my friend, not a bet, a deal with my friend, where I would buy her the eight movie collection and she would buy me a new paperback collection. So the third book is very pretty. I absolutely love it. And it's one where all of the spines will line up and create Hogwarts. And then we've got this on the back. I absolutely love these editions. And so I'm very happy to continue my reread of Harry Potter. Alrighty. Number five. Part of me almost wants to go to eight because one, I'm having so much fun, and B, there's something about December and holiday time that I feel like I have so much extra time to sit and read personally. But I'm also in the school system, so I have like the very last week of December is off with break. So we may go to eight just because. But this is number five. Number five. Ooh, okay. Read a book of the month book. And this is actually perfect because there's one specific book of the month book that I have been waiting to read until December. This is perfect. I have two unread book of the month books left. Um, if you don't know, I had been getting book of the month for a number of months, but it's like I would skip a few months and then I would get another one, and then I'd skip a couple months and then get another one. But I have officially canceled my membership just because of I have so many books to read and get through, and no more room for physical books that maybe in the future I may consider going back. But for now, until I have more room. And yeah, but I have two unread book of the month books, one of which I waited specifically for December, and I'm actually really excited about that one because I completely forgot that I wanted this book specifically on my TBR. And that is The Kingdom of Sweets by Erica Johansson. So this was the December of 2023 book. I didn't pick this up until like January or February. I picked it up a few months later. And so I made sure to wait until December of this year to officially read it. So, uh, The Kingdom of Sweets, the synopsis says, uh, this glorious, transportive reimagining of the Nutcracker tells the tale of twin sisters divided by envy and magic and set against each other one fateful Christmas Eve. Lying dark, this is the cursed birthright placed upon Clara and Natasha by, by their godfather Drosselmeyer, whose power and greed hold the entire city in his sway. Charming Clara, the favorite, grows into the life of beauty and ease, while Natasha is relegated to her sister's shadow, ignored and unloved. But Natasha seizes the opportunity for revenge one Christmas Eve, when Drosselmeyer arrives at the family gala with the Nutcracker and an enchanted gift that offers entry into an alternate world, the Kingdom of Sweets. Following Clara into the glittering land of snow and sugar, Natasha discovers a source of power far greater than Drosselmeyer, the Sugar Plum Fairy, who offers her own wondrous gifts and chilling bargains. But as Natasha uncovers the truth about a dark destiny crafted long before her birth, she must reckon with forces both earthly and magical, human and diabolical, and decide to which world she truly belongs. I find that I like reimaginings of like classic stories and stuff, and so I found this to be very interesting. That and it's a nice, I find it to be a nice winter read. Alrighty, number six. I want a color that I don't have. What color do I not have? I don't have a yellow one because I put that one down. That's so funny. And we have a book with a pretty cover. How funny is that? Oh my God. We started with a book of the ugly color. And honestly, like if we stop at number six, that's our last book. So a book with a pretty cover, that is hilarious. Mm. hmm hmm Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I find this, I honestly, the first thing I saw about this book was its cover. Like honestly, just looking at this cover, I wanted to know what it was about. Just that's it. I just wanted to know what it was about. I didn't even have to read the synopsis to want to pick this one up, if I'm being honest, when I saw it the first time. So, what I love about this is that they say that for readers of Caraval, the Caraval series by Stephanie Garber, and Throne of the Fallen by Caramel Scacco, which is the series that follows Kingdom of the Wicked. And I have Kingdom of the Wicked here on my shelves, waiting to be read. Honestly, I feel like I need to put two more prompts and try to get this on my TBR. Just saying. Um, that you will enjoy Phantasma. And so it reads on the back, Phantasma only has two rules: stay alive and don't fall in love. When Ophelia discovers her mother brutally murdered, there is no time to grieve. She has inherited the family's fearsome magic and enormous debt. Circumstances go from dire to deadly, however, when Ophelia's sister decides to pay off the loan by entering Phantasma, a competition where contestants rarely escape alive, and the victor is granted a single wish. The only way for Ophelia to save her sister is to win. But Phantasma is a cursed manor full of twisting corridors and lavish ballrooms, staffed by enticing demons and fatal temptations, and Ophelia must conquer all nine floors to succeed, if her fears don't overtake her first. When a charming, arrogant stranger claims he can help, Ophelia knows better than to trust him. But with the sister's life on the line, Ophelia can't afford to turn him away. She'll just need to ignore the overwhelming, dark attraction, drawing them closer and closer together. Because in Phantasma, the only thing deadlier than losing the game is losing your heart. Um, yes, please. This sounds absolutely incredible. I'm so stinking excited for this. Okay. I think we're gonna pick two more prompts because one, I'm just having such a good time. I love doing this. I really do. Both making content and doing TBRs just because this is such a fun way to do TBRs. And I kind of want to try to get Kingdom of the Wicked on my TBR, if I'm being honest. Let's pick prompt number seven. That one that opened up. Hold on. Let's see it. A book with your least favorite color on the cover. My least favorite color is actually a tie between orange and yellow. Does gold count? Let me see what else I can find. So I found one on my Kindle that's probably it's more for the type for it. Wait, it wasn't that one. There was another one. Oh, and so it's a series that I had gotten, and honestly, the reason I gotten it is I had watched a YouTuber had done a binge read of the entire series, and there was something about it that piqued my interest. And the series came on very cheap in the Kindle store, and I bought the entire series. Do I know anything about it? Not really. But she looked like she was having a good time, and I think there's like romance related. And so the series is called All in the Game. The first book in the series is The Foxhole Court. And the series is by Nora Sakovic. And so the synopsis reads Neil Jostin is the newest addition to the Palmetto State University XC team. He's short, he's fast, he's got a ton of potential, and he's a runaway son of a murderous crime lord known as the Butcher. Wow, what a sentence. Signing a contract with the PSU Foxes is the last thing a guy like Neil should do. The team is high profile, and he doesn't need sports crews broadcasting pictures of his face around the nation. His lies will hold up only so long under the kind of scrutiny, and the truth will get him killed. But Neil's not the only one with secrets on the team. One of Neil's new teammates is a friend from his old life, and Neil can't walk away from him a second time. Neil has survived the last 8 years by running. Maybe he's finally found someone, and something worth fighting for. That sounds really interesting. And I'm super excited to finally pick this one up. I've been having this on my TBR for literally ever. Ever. All right. Last one. Last one. Yes. We did it, guys. We did it. A book that you think you will rate 5 stars. I do. I really do. I really do. Enough said. But um I've been dying to read the series. It sounds so up my alley. And I want to pick it up so bad. So up the top it reads two sisters, one brutal murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself, and an intoxicating romance. Amelia and her twin sister Vittoria are stray, streak? Hmm. Witches who live secretly among humans, avoiding notice and persecution. One night, Vittoria misses dinner service at the family's renowned restaurant in Sicily. Amelia soon finds the body of her beloved twin, desecrated desecrated beyond belief. Devastated, Amelia sets out to find her sister's killer and to seek vengeance at any cost, even if it means using a dark magic that's been long forbidden. Then Amelia meets excuse me, Wrath, one of the wicked, who are princes of hell she has been warned against in tales since she was a child. Wrath claims to be on Amelia's side, tasked by his master with solving a series of women's murders on the island. But when it comes to the wicked, nothing is as it seems. Um, yes, please. So up my alley, so my type of book. It's happening, guys. I'm picking it up. Did I expect most of my TBR next month to be physical books? No. I've been wanting to tackle some more Kindle books, but I'm just super excited nonetheless. Alrighty. So we have a total of 10 books on our TBR now. Yay! And let's go through them. So we are starting off the month with a carryover, Madly Deeply, The Diaries of Alan Rickman. We have our book club pick of Last Christmas by Maria Franklin. We have Normal People by Sally Rooney. Oh, and this was our first, I should do these with the prompt. This was a book with an ugly cover, was Normal People by Sally Rooney, and just didn't recognize the art. The next prompt is read a book that is not high on your radar. And we're doing The Sun and the Void by Gabriela Romero Lacruz. Up next is read a library book. And for this, we will be reading, or at least listening to, Hera by Jennifer Saint. Up next is reread an old favorite. And we'll be reading Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. I think this was the next one. They've kind of come in a pile on the floor now. Yeah. Reread. Next is reread a Book of the Month book. So we are reading The Kingdom of Sweets by Erica Johansson. The next one was a book with a pretty cover. And we have Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. Next is a book with your least favorite color in the cover. And we are reading The Foxtail Court by Nora Sakovic. And then finally, a book you think you will rate 5 stars. And we have Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know down in the comments what you think you are most excited to read this coming December. And I will see you guys. Oh, before I let you go, if you have not already, please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. If you have not already, everything helps. And so thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.